And cue the children. Axel is here to steal the show, and we are here for that because it's Christmas. It's a time for exactly that. Kids to have fun, to learn, to grow. But finding the right toys that are both cute and developmentally meaningful can be a bit tricky. So we're going to help you out. Today, our play therapist and good friend, Dr. Anisa Vahed, joins us to share how the Crazy Store's range of early childhood play items can help babies and young'uns to learn, to grow and explore through play. You are doing a lot of exploring today, and I love it. How are you, Axel? Strong? He's giving me that look. And we got Nicole and little Maya here as well. Obviously, being a teacher yourself, working with young kids, you know, but you've gone through your doctorate now, having 2 kids. So thank you so much for being here. Why do I feel like you're vetting everything I say, man? This is going to be a tough crowd today, but I'm here for you. In fact, we are all here for this little guy, and Maya as well. So good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's bewildering entering into this space because I get absorbed by flashy colours and noises and things. So for a child, it's difficult to know where to jump off. How do we begin looking for the right balance when it comes to our kids' toys?
Well, with children, we know they learn the best through play.
Completely.
Okay, so I think the big thing is when we're looking at what kind of toys that we want to buy for our children, we're looking at how we're going to stimulate them. So obviously we're looking at kids. So for Maya, she's a bit more smaller. She might gravitate towards different toys. So it's always like the soft and the cuddly toys.
It must go in the mouth. That's pretty much the only rule, hey?
Right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at the senses about touch, feel, look, move. So she'll be looking to things that might be a bit more warm, soft, cuddly, making a bit of a noise, anything that you might want to hug. Obviously, our older children, like Axel, might want to go through things that cause a bit more chaos. So obviously, the big balls that are a bit more appealing, different colors, different feels, different textures. And as they get a bit older, we want to try and get them to learn how to problem solve. So we want to get them into doing things that's going to learn so that they can actually kind of get that problem solving, that coordination for themselves.
With independence.
So we want to give them toys that they're actually going to push them in the right direction.
I love that. Or they can push in the right direction, literally, back and forth and burn the calories.
Yes.
There is a calorie deficit that comes with every toy, and I like that. When it comes to Maya, what does she gravitate towards? I know she's still a whole little person, despite being a very little person.
Yes.
What does she tend to gravitate towards?
So she loves the plushy toys with the things that she can chew, and she loves making those
crinkle
crinkly
noise.
noises.
Ooh.
Yes. Sometimes she even on her cot she will like rub her hands just for the sound and then stop and listen.
That.
She loves it.
Oh, as a parent, is there nothing better than those little fingers on you when they're just like connecting with you in that way? I love that. Dare I even ask what he gravitates toward? Because I don't think there's been one toy that he hasn't played with yet.
That is exactly Axel. He loves all kinds of toys and he loves recreating. Like, he uses these rings at home as a steering wheel.
Oh, 100%. Let the imagination fly.
Yeah.
And I suppose therein lies the challenge. As a parent, you want to kind of manage them playing so they can do it properly. And therein lies the fall down because they need to discover and learn and grow, but because there's mental, but there's also fine motor. This sort of stuff is essential. So from a toddler's perspective, this is great, right?
That's the thing. So I think the big thing is that chaos is great. Okay. There should be no rules.
Put it on a T-shirt and give it to every parent.
Just go and say, get down on the floor with your children and play with them. Get to learn how they are playing. And I think the big thing is all of us parents get very kind of anxious when we go to the toy store and we go, oh, you know, we're never going to get out. But sometimes taking your child to the toy store, you might find a toy that you never thought they would love, and that's actually their new favorite toy.
A spark of interest.
A spark of interest. So we want to get that curiosity. We want to kind of get them not getting bored with the same old thing all the time.
How do we engage in play? Like, how would you typically engage with this little man in play? Do you let him loose?
So I let him loose, and sometimes I'll let him play independently, and if I see he needs a bit more one-on-one time, I'll sit down and just join in his world. Yeah.
Because there's also a nice kind of communication that happens when you take the edge off. Yeah. You find things out about each other. That's where personality, culture start to come into it. What should we be mindful of when playing with a toddler specifically? What's a good kind of framework?
So the inner pediatrician in me is always safety. Okay, so the big thing is that we want to make sure our toys are safe.
For sure.
So obviously we don't want any toxic toys. We don't want toys that might, especially like for Maya, everything's going in her mouth. We don't want small little beads beads. We don't want any
Anything that can
things,
snap
any
off or
buttons or
break.
snap that break off. But obviously, because especially we've got a toddler here with all the chaos, you want to have something that's easily cleanable. So you just want to be able to go and just wipe it down and go, okay, it's ready for tomorrow, easy peasy.
Done.
Yeah.
Well, look, we don't mind a germ or two
No, we don't
because
mind.
that's how we build our immune
Yeah.
system. So, but I can say that as having a second child. First child, no germ shall touch our existence. So I get the two different phases. You know how much learning is informed by play.
Yes.
Because that's the construct of your job every day. What do you see the difference in children that learn to embrace being able to play and have the freedom to do this?
Yeah, so they're definitely more confident, more outspoken. They're very spontaneous and creative. And I think like just setting up toys for them helps them to explore in their own way.
For
You
sure.
get to see what interests them, what they don't like, and it gives you an idea as to what they could find meaningful as a career one day even. Like,
Well, this is the thing. You start to tap into all those other layers. And I suppose
Yes.
because we've institutionalized learning to the point that we do, yes, we need that, but you also can't forget about the individual within that space.
Yes.
The joy of being able to learn and play is great. We want to make sure that that's safe, but there is a cultural shift or something that happens. Why is this good for the parent and the child to do together? What's happening when we enter into these spaces?
I think the big thing is in this type of generation, everyone's leaning more towards screen time. Okay, and it's very easy, especially when our kids get chaotic and everyone's leaning towards more screen time. And I think the big thing is that we need to lean away from it and go, you know what, actually, I want to bond with my child. They're only this small once, they're only this chaotic once.
All you get.
It's all you get, especially like with Maya, this is the only time she's going to be able to sit still on your lap and not move, and you can keep an eye on her. And this is the big thing, is that it's trying to get that family time, that bonding time. So it's my big thing is don't be scared. Just go and be silly. Take time away from everything, from chaos, from work, from all the admin, and play with your children.
Oh, I love this. Almost makes me want to have another little one. Thank you so much to Anissa and Nicole. Some amazing insights. A great reminder that the best baby and toddler gifts aren't just cute, warm and fluffy. They are tools for growth. And with the Crazy Store's wide range of play items, you can be sure that your child's imagination will keep flourishing from cradle to aftercare, and they will have this kind of energy and an outlet for it. Axel, you're an absolute legend. In the pool we go.
Big or small, we have got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.